gravy, Timothy, and welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 on the brand new DLC. And once again, we are ticking off the mass amounts of content we still have left to do in this DLC. And today we're reviving something that was once a big thing back in the day for Hearts of Iron 4, peaceful Germany. Bit weird to say out loud, actually, considering what I'm currently looking at, but it'll make sense in a minute. You see, I want to take on the brand new democratic path for Germany and set myself a few stipulations as to what we can do. Pretty simple. Obviously, we're doing peaceful. That doesn't mean no expansion. If we find a way to expand, we can do it, as long as it's diplomatically and no war. At the same time, if somebody does declare on me, that's fair game, but no negotiating with any dictators out there. Anyone out looking for a bit of war is not allowed in my Germany. That's right, Stalin, bit early, but no gas pipeline into me. Also, we're deleting the army. We'll probably rebuild it later, but for now, why would we need an army? Everything is obviously going to go completely fine, and there will be no fighting across the globe in the World War II history war game. Okay, quickly dealt with a small problem we were having in terms of leadership, and instead of going revive the Kaiserreich, instead we'll be doing the monarchy compromise. This, weirdly enough, will be our first step into actually becoming a democratic nation. Okay, we get two choices of leaders right now for our Democratic Party. We get Conrad, who is the old leader for the Democratic Party and German politician. I'm sure many people already remember him. Or we can actually pick the new Democratic leader, which is Hans Vogel, and I'm gonna do just that. Oh, just realized we're now the Kingdom of Germany. Isn't that nice? Wholesome. Chungus, don't pay attention to what's going on down there or over there. So one thing that's going to be pretty important for us, being a democratic and probably small nation with not a lot of expansion, is I want to become a scientific hub. I want all the best research in my little pocket, so if anyone decides to mess with me, I'm going to deal with it. Oh, first up on the agenda, drip is now banned. Okay, we get a choice between liberal leanings, conservative values. I'm going to go full liberal today because apparently you get yourself an interesting flag if you do this. Oh, okay, there you go. That is our new German flag. Love it, hate it, it's now here to stay. So I've already done Democratic Shield, which gave us a couple little war goals across Europe, which obviously we are not going to take advantage of. But it does also allow us to send over equipment and a little bit of friendship to any democracies that need it across Europe. We can also give some volunteers over there, but realistically, I don't think it's going to matter too much at this point. But we'll see if we can give them a helping hand, I guess. And we've got ourselves a non-aggression pact with the French. I don't know if they're going to be staying democratic, though. They could flip on over to any of the other ideologies in their tree, because we have obviously broken the non-historical route, just like the British are currently doing. But we can also move down to request the return of French-held colonies, and hopefully they'll accept that. We can make some friendship with the French before they potentially come stab us in the face. Oh, okay. France actually returned some of our colonies. Look at that. We've put ourselves back on the imperialist map. And Republican bros, we are so back. Okay, we get a couple choices here we can do overall in the focus tree. Obviously, this is still just the monarchist tree. It's opened up to everything you already know and have seen from monarchist path, but we are going to take some different choices. So yeah, we're no longer going to do restore Brest-Litovsk. Instead, we're going to see to the eastern front, and also on over here in world politics. I was originally going to accept British naval dominance, but that actually makes us pretty friendly with the British, and I'm not sure we want to do that. Yeah, I don't think by our own rules and stipulations we can actually ally with them this game. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do sea to the eastern front, and then after that we will do Middle Europa and try to get an alliance going, because I need it to get down these little tech things over here. But you could say, I'm gonna focus on that. I'll wait for the applause. Yeah, I didn't think we'd be able to do this, but it does look like we are going to be able to save Spain as well from the horrible, horrible ideologies that are being laid upon them. But the problem is they're also they potentially might go communist, which that's just another issue for later, really. Okay, we've got our faction, and I've also done Danzig for guarantees on the Polish, and look at those borders. Nice. Yeah, I was going to do brothers in arms with the Austrians, but I have realized they've completely flipped, and I don't think we're going to be able to really get them to accept, so I'm going to wait, because I do get a decision I've been doing to actually boost them democratic, and maybe we can get something going and flip them back over. If not, we just might not get Austria, essentially. Danzig for guarantees does mean we are locked into helping Poland, though. I mean, we could revoke that guarantee, but, you know, we could revoke it, actually. I actually think it's an event in the game, though, so I don't think this is going to change too much. You know what? We'll do it for the meme of it, and we'll see what happens when the Soviets go in. Because, yeah, we will be locked into fighting the Soviets at some point, regardless with this path. And there you go. We have, in fact, saved Spain. Whether or not they now ruin everything I just did, well, time will unfortunately have to tell. Now, I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to flip Austria on over, so what I'm going to do is help them out and push them in the right direction with a coup d'etat. Okay, the coup is underway. I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to help here a lot, but if I can just push to Vienna, maybe we can just get a quick capitulation going. Oh, okay. Soviets win in on Poland. We didn't actually get called in. I might get called in through the event, though, so I'm going to go ahead and just get the army over there in case. Also, we did win in Austria. It took us a little bit longer than I would have liked, but look at that. Beautiful lilac Austria. Okay, yeah, they definitely are still calling us in, and we have no choice but to accept, sadly. Oh, but I can call France into my faction. That is nice, because I'm assuming they did go ahead and guarantee the Poles as well. And unsurprisingly, I'm not too ready for this whole war deal, so it was going to be a little rough at the start. I don't think Poland's going to make it, especially down to the fact that I can't even call them into my faction for the simple reason they have strategic reasons not to ally me, minus 4,800, which means that they're going to get annexed. Oh, even to the last minute, they refused to join my faction, which, you know, that's fine with me anyway, I guess. And finally, look, we could do Middle Europa, and we actually got Austria in on our side. I'm also going to align the Czechs. No, I'm not. Why are you in the Allies? Why the hell are you in the Allies? What's going on here? You know what? Doesn't matter. As long as I can still do the customs union over here, that's all that matters. Oh, and Austria merely wants to be annexed by me. So I might as well accept that, honestly, because I don't think they've got too much to offer me. But do I actually? I guess I don't need them in my faction anyway, because I've got France. So goodbye, Austria. Oh, and there you go. I've done my third bit of expansion this game. We got obviously Danzig, then we got the colonies before Danzig, and now we got Austria. So look at that, yippee to me. But most importantly, I just want to add that was done peacefully. You got to remember that. Okay, well, holding back the Soviets the best we can right now. We're gonna get pushed back a lot, I reckon, because again, I am not ready for any sort of conflict in the slightest currently. But we are rapidly mobilizing, and the German economy is full on activated to actually building us an industry that can produce a weapon. Yep, it's just me and France versus the Soviet Union currently. And how the casualties looking? I mean, their casualties are looking worse. Yeah, they got an absolutely gargantuan amount of troops just kind of smashing into me, but eventually they'll all disappear, I'm hoping. Oh, my French ally just had a change of heart. So we're working on slowly obliterating the Soviets out the skies currently, which we are doing. Our planes are a lot better, and we should be producing a lot more. Oh, in fact, we're producing a lot more of them already. I already got 400 just sitting around. Oh, Soviets gone ahead, now fighting the Allies, which is Britain, British Italy, the Netherlands. Okay, why do you guys, you're democracies? Which means it's time for us to launch our counterattack. We have absolutely destroyed all of their air, so it shouldn't be too bad for us. I've also got some divisions that are actually capable of pushing, albeit they have been pushed out, majority green. Okay, we've made a little pushback. We've done pretty well. I'm waiting just to get the rest of my SPGs out before we go any further. The Russian air is completely obliterated, bar I guess a couple guys. And like I said at the start of this game, we want to be technologically superior in every way. I already have medium-range ballistic missiles, gonna start producing a few of those and start lobbing them at the Russians. I'm also only a merely 286 days away from getting our first nuclear fission bomb project on the ground, and then obviously we're gonna go to thermonuclear, even though I don't think we'll really need those. Commercial nuclear reactors also done in 10 days, by the way. Pretty good. Now, I hit the go button on the battle plan there, and we have pushed the Soviets so quickly. They've left behind 101 divisions in these pockets. I mean, hey, that's pretty damn nice to see. In fact, we're probably going to get a bigger chunk even here as well. So I reckon that's probably the majority of the Soviet army right there. Those two encirclements right there are the decisive blow, I think, on the Soviets. You, my friend, are going to have to shave their mustache and start running to Georgia, I reckon. Yeah, not a big fan of this though. Don't like the UK, don't like the fact they've actually coerced all these people into the Allies, but we'll have to deal with that later. Okay, Soviets no more. I have no idea what to do in this peace conference. Originally I was just gonna make the change government, make them, democratic, but I'm terrified they're just gonna join the Allies if I do that. So what I did is I just took everything, and I literally managed to get everything, even though obviously the allies, quote-unquote allies, were in that war anyway. But I am just gonna start releasing a few people now. There we go. Our new puppets are all set up, and why Srufinian, huh? Oh my god, watch out guys, it's goddamn Adam Stankiewicz. Now, we ain't nowhere near done yet, because I have moved down in my focus tree now past the Customs Union, and we've done the European Confederation. This now allows us to integrate everybody that's in Middle Europa, which I'm also just realize is conveniently the same color as the for the map of people not in factions, which is great. And we can make everybody our puppet. We're actually going to start with Norway over here. Hopefully they accept, and if they do, we will get ourselves a lot of control over Europe, put it that way. Getting Hungary will be very important though, because we can begin heavy water production there and get ourselves another 50% nuclear research breakthrough, which I would like to get, because there is one tech we don't have, which is nuclear engines. I also feel like I've really missed something down here in Spain. I did see at one point everyone was fighting Japan and they capitulated, so I get the feeling somehow Spain may have joined the co-prosperity sphere, which is very interesting. Oh well, I think literally every single person has accepted. That did drag me into something with Canada and Romania though. Okay, yeah, kind of hoping that if I get out of this, because the British are also in that, and that's the only other thing they are fighting, that everyone might leave their stupid faction after. Yeah, I think people are in fact leaving. That's great. That means we can grow our European Confederation. Not a union, it's a confederation. Yeah, I think I might go about integrating France immediately, just because I don't like what they did down here in Spain. I would really like to get some more people in my faction, but for whatever reason, people don't want to come hang out with me. The Czechs won't join. -300 is likely to accept democratic pressure. What does that even mean, game? Yeah, I was gonna go ahead and return it to other Spain, but I literally couldn't do that because they haven't even got their damn cores back yet, because they never got a chance to do the focus, which is great. So now we just have 2 Spains, but it could be so much worse. Okay, Yugos have gone into a civil war because I boosted them up to 45% democratic, which then triggers the little thing I had. It's kind of similar to the way the communist tree works, and now I can go help them out if they call me in, of course. If they don't call me in, I can't do a thing. Oh, there you go. They're calling me in. Okay, we're here to help democratically. We did start this, but we didn't. Oh, for a second I got excited. I thought the Czechs had finally wanted to join my faction, but nope, it's just the Republic of Pakistan. Okay, we're gonna go see if we can try and get Hungary to flip democratic. It's gonna be a lot tougher, and I reckon it might require a coup d'etat, because I don't get any events to actually go ahead and influence them like I did the other guys, because it's only for a few people like Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Greece, I think it was Albania as well. I can't actually do anything to Hungary unless they join my faction, which is a little tougher than you might think. Same thing goes for Luxembourg. Kind of want them too, but they've got neutral foreign policy, so that's never happening. I'm going down our focuses at the moment to befriend China, and it actually will be pretty interesting if they accept the Sino-German Pact, which will create a alliance for us both. I hope it doesn't delete my existing one, actually. I should probably go ahead and do the Yugoslavian dependency one before it's too late in case they leave. Oh no, they just simply joined my faction. Okay, that's pretty great. China is now in Middle Europa, and the rest of China just abandoned them. Great. Oh, the British made the mistake of declaring on the US, which means they finally got something to do other than clap Japan, which is all I've seen them do. Oh yeah, in case we do end up finding someone, which is probably inevitable, probably going to be the British, I'm going to be real with you at some point, if they end up declaring on somebody that I love, which is possible. Well, they are in for a surprise. I have been nuclear armed and ready for quite a while. Oh, Hungarians doing demand 7 Slovakia. If the Czechs actually say no on that, the Hungarians go in. I have a guarantee on the Czechs, and that might actually get them in my faction, which would be pretty good. Oh, US wants to join my faction. Huh. Should I accept? I guess I'll accept. I ain't gonna fight just yet. I need to get my troops where they need to be, but democracy is calling. I mean, you're a little bit far from Middle Europa, but sure, Mexico, why not? Oh, Hungary actually did it. Okay, nice. Okay, will they actually? Yeah, there you go. I got the Czechs in my faction finally, and I'll get the Hungarians out of this too. Oh, but the Hungarians joined the British, which means I'm now gonna be involved. Let's go get ready. Okay, just gonna assume the British are about to naval invade me, so I'm gonna weaken them up a little bit because I don't actually have any troops to man the D-Day war right now. There you go. Hopefully that'll keep them busy just for a little bit longer while I take care of Italy, then I'll move some troops over. I'll say thank you to the British. They are getting everyone in my faction right now. We got Luxembourg also willing to join. Does that mean I have everyone that I can actually go ahead and form the EU? Do I need... Alright, that is everyone. I can click the button. Well, I will have to do a bit of integration of our vassal states in the EU first, though. Okay. Nice. Need to make sure I take all of Italy, actually, because that is going to be able to let us form our new nation. Okay, that piece still pretty damn good, bar just a few places that, yeah, we don't have to worry about that. More interestingly, though, is a whole bunch of other people did... You can't even really tell that more people joined my faction, but Denmark came in, and the other Spain, but I wish we also would have got a Portugal, but they don't want it, which means it's time for me to do some integration. There we go, we've integrated everyone now but the Russian puppets, which we're not going to bother with, and we're gonna click that European Unity button. Look at that. I mean, I wish the name would have been going the other way, but you know, goddamn Switzerland. Way this actually works now is that the EU has been reworked. You then have to go about coring specific areas, but you can now core all of Europe with this. We'll look at that more in depth when we actually play Belgium, because that is coming up. But yes, look at everything we have accomplished today peacefully. We never fired the first shot, at least. We definitely fired the last shot in every single regard, though. And our little experiment of a peaceful Germany, well, there wasn't a lot of peace, I'll give you that much, but it has come to an end, and it has come to a horribly large bureaucratic end. And also, this is probably the last path I really want to show off as Germany. I can't think of any of us I'd like to take a look at, I'll be real with you, at least not on the monarchist side over here, because we've shown everything off now for the most part, other than doing the military dictatorship, which really doesn't change too much. But there is still so much to do in this DLC, so much achievements specifically to get and, funnily enough, achieve. But for now, my little gravy Timothy babies, go ahead, hit the sub button, like down below, and I'm gonna catch you all on the
Liberty flip.